Okay, we're pulling the trigger because Daniel Ricciardo's pulling the trigger. Welcome to another F1 2021 driver career mode video. It is time to head into the third 3 of 3 America's race. It is time for Brazil, the Interlagos circuit. So heading into this one, we are still behind Williams, but we do have a upgrade coming through. I believe it's an aerodynamics upgrade coming through. So the rear wing outer strakes is coming through. That should push us closer to Williams or maybe even ahead of them heading into the Brazilian Grand Prix. Of course, last time out, brilliant P2 finish. Couldn't have asked for a better Grand Prix, but without further ado, let's go straight into it. But before that, of course, I nearly forgot to use our research and development points. Let's see if there's something we can really do here. Monocoque structure, we do need that. That could come before the Australian Grand Prix. Let's re-trigger that then. Brilliant news. The rear wing outer strakes have come through. That means that we've got some more upgrades opening up. I believe we're almost done with all the aerodynamics upgrades. So that is a very good sign. Very positive indeed. And that brings us ahead of Williams heading into the Brazilian Grand Prix. So we should have the performance advantage and hopefully we can have another great race weekend. So let's head straight into it and let's see what we can do at Interlagos. Welcome to qualifying around Interlagos. It is time for the Brazilian Grand Prix and the practice has shown us that we are performing to expectations. The performance standing shows us that we should be best of the rest with Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes and Red Bull being ahead of us, and that is precisely where we put our car. Of course in FP1 we were a little behind, but I was still faster than my teammate. That's a big asterisk that we need to consider as well, but that's because everyone else was using softs. I only did runs on mediums. Mediums being the softest tire, by the way. So yeah, naturally we were going to be slower than some of the other cars that are supposed to be worse off in performance than us because they were running softs. So it's good to see we were competitive, and then in FP2 we were actually showing our skill with the soft compound tire. They overheat though. That is a bit of a worry here around Interlagos, so we need to ensure that we keep our tire temps in check, but otherwise we are doing well. Managed to get P9 I think, just behind the McLarens, the Mercedes, the Red Bull and the Ferrari. So yeah, we are performing to expectations. So we just want to make sure that we perform just like that during this qualifying session. Very important that we have a solid one because the race itself will contain a wet stint. This is going to get interesting. There is going to be a wet stint towards the end, or there's going to be a wet stint in between the race with a dry stint coming at the end, which will put a real spanner in the works, and that will cause the AI to really crap themselves a little, where they consider, do I switch to the softs or some kind of slick tire, or do I stay on the inters and see off the rest of the race? As you see here, 30 minutes to 45 minutes into the race it'll start raining, and then at 60 minutes it's going to go dry again. So I don't know if the rain's going to stick around for the whole second half duration of the Grand Prix, but we will see. We've seen weather really change completely compared to the forecast before, so let's head straight into today and hopefully we have a good race. So yeah, good qualifying session incoming hopefully, so let's see what time we set. Powering out of the last corner of Junsao, and here we go straight to the start finish line. Let's see what position we are. P7. Okay, ahead of the Alfa Romeos but behind the Williams by about 0.5 of a second. Okay, let's cool down, set another lap, let's go. Let's see if I improved. Don't mind the delta, that's because of my cooldown lap, but definitely feeling a bit faster. Yes, we're up to P13, beating one of the Williams, but behind Tsunoda. Okay, interesting. Let's bring these tires back. Alright, we've made it through to the next round in P13. P8 for Esteban Ocon. Mazepin, Raikkonen, Schumacher, Giovinazzi and Stroll get knocked out. Let's move on to the next round. Coming around Junsao, let's get this medium tire lap in. See how well we did here. Let's see. Coming across the line for a 106. Slowest of them all. See if we can improve on this time somehow. I could do with a little bit of slipstream, not gonna lie. Let's see if I have enough fuel to finish this lap, please. Don't go into low fuel mode just yet, please. No low fuel mode just yet. Yes, okay, we didn't go up though. Didn't go up. That was useless. Well, I gotta do a lap on the softs, I think, in order to get out of here. Feeling very good about this lap. Feeling exceptionally good about this lap. 8/10 up. Come on, let's try to boost that number up a little bit more. Take that inner line. Coming across. Oh, darn it. It wasn't good enough. Not good enough. 105.28 is the fastest lap I could set on the softs. Not enough to beat a 104.7 set by Pierre Gasly. Russell, Tsunoda, myself, Latifi, and Joe get knocked out. But yeah, that is the best I could do. Whatever. Time to shock everyone on race day. Let's see what we can do from P13.
Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Carlos Sainz, and Gasly, Tsunoda, and Alpine, Ocon, and Lance Stroll. Ricciardo, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, and Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Raikkonen, Russell, Nicholas Latifi, and Nikita Mazepin, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Joe and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Up to P8 with grid penalties surrounding the track. Now, let's take a look at our strategy here. I think I'll take this strategy, medium to softs, and we'll stay on the mediums until the rain stints. I think it's about 20 laps or so, 22 laps or so. I'll take that. Drop our fuel load a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna underfuel a bit. I'm gonna take that risk because during the wet stint we can save fuel. And let's get going with the race. I am excited to see what we can do here from the mediums. I'm excited for the wet stint actually. Let's see if we can survive. 5 red lights and we are underway here in Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Shaky off the line. I lost traction there for a moment. Yo. He hit me, man. Vehicle condition.
No tire concerns at the moment. Just focus
on the driving. He just smashed into my wing, or my wheel, my tire. Anyway, let's fight back. Let's fight back from P8. We're down to P11 right now. Okay, yeah. Leave no space. Sure. You see me coming from a mile away and you don't leave the space, huh? Vehicle condition.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Alright, lap 1 is coming to an end here. Jun South, well taken. Let's make sure our tires don't overheat. Okay, we're still on 100 degrees there. Okay, no DRS just yet, of course. We have to wait until lap 3. Down to P11 right now. Oh dear. My tire is starting to overheat, my front right. Stroll and Tsunoda battling it out. That's helping us get closer. Ocon stuck behind them as well. Get out of the way. Leave the space all the time. You have to leave the space.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Here we go. DRS is going to get enabled here. Whew. Had to concentrate through that. Let's save some ERS. Bottas is in the lead. Nice. 2 Mercedes in the lead.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Do I have DRS? I think I have DRS here. Yes. Nice. Lovely jubbly. Oh, there's a fight going on behind us. Gotta check my tire temps. Oh, 104.
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Yep, that's why we're on the mediums. Oh my god. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Leclerc on the inside. Lost the position to Leclerc. He's defended that position well. I wanted to get the switch back, but I couldn't get it. Let's stay close to him. Maybe he can help us with DRS. Nah, I just have an overheating right tire. I pushed a little too hard. Lost out to Norris as well. Unlucky.
Come on, you can win that place back.
We're gonna get DRS here though, I think. Yes, please.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car.
Come
right
on,
now.
let's stay with this DRS, man. Oh my god, 3 wide just ahead of us. How's my tire doing? Alright, front right is still overheating. We gotta cool this baby down. Lost out of position to Russell right there, but that's fine. I'm actually going to do this tactically. I want to use Russell to get closer to the cars ahead. I'm a little more confident with Russell that I can stay with him. There's a Mercedes having a bit of a struggle. Exit of Sector 3. It's a retirement, surely. I think it's a retirement. Struggling with tire temps myself. Man, it's taking a long time for whoever that is to retire. Okay, people are going into the pits. Okay, Valtteri Bottas is out of the Grand Prix.
Green flag.
Okay, people are pitting right now for new tires, which is a bit of an interesting strategy call for some of them. With the rain coming around the corner, the clouds are starting to gather right now to start scattering some raindrops all over the circuit. Up to P9 now. Let's keep this up. Okay, the rain is here. Rain is here. I see raindrops dropping from the sky. Rain is here. Okay, so now it's a matter of time until the intermediates have to go on. Let's be cautious here. Let's take a close look. Track is still dry right now, of course. But as soon as it starts getting damp and we see mist coming off the tires, we're dipping in immediately. I think maybe 1 lap or 2 and we should have a wet track for intermediates. My tires are gone, man. Tires are absolutely shot. Let's see.
Strategy is available on the MFD. Copy.
Okay, we're pulling the trigger because Daniel Ricciardo's pulling the trigger, and I think it's time for the intermediates. Time to go in. Alright, time to fuel save as well. Let's go, let's go. Get me out. Nice, 2.5. One of the better pit stops from the team. P8 right now.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
Let's see if we can get some positions here, because we do get the undercut. Especially on our teammate Ocon. It is Inter's time. Yes, yes, yes. We got past our teammate. That's good. Up to P7 again. Is everyone ahead on Inters? I wonder. I think so. So I didn't get too much of a jump on everyone ahead. But let's see if we can catch them up. Nothing much is happening in this race. It's been an awfully quiet one. I just have my teammate right behind me. We've been coasting along for like 5 laps or so. And we got like 5-6 laps left, so I don't know what to say. It's a pretty boring wet stint. But we've done pretty well to maintain a P7 position right now. Decent points.
It looks like we'll be running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
Are you mad? It's still raining, mate. Wait, will we have a sudden need to pit, do you think? I don't know. Still very wet out here. I don't know what Jeff's on about. In the end, it was not a dry track, but we continued into the final lap, and we're still P7. Nothing much has happened. No real change. We've done well to fuel save. The wet weather has really helped with fuel saving, just as we predicted. But we are threatened by our teammate. Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix, but I do need to still defend against my teammate here. Alpine's bringing in P7 and P8. Another solid number of points here for the team. Alright, the tricky bits are done. I lie, Junsao is very tricky indeed. We need a nice exit out of Junsao. Nice. And we've done it. P7's ours for the taking. Could have done better, I think, but we'll take what we can. Yeah, this has been a good Grand Prix. P7 for the team.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Another superb Brazilian Grand Prix comes to an end, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Well done to Lewis Hamilton to get P1, and it's the Red Bull duo of Perez and Max Verstappen alongside him on the podium. But good result for today. We couldn't fight any of the top runners, but I think we did beat everyone else on track, so that is a decent number of points secured. Hopefully we can add to our successes. Solid result here. Lewis Hamilton P1 with the fastest lap as well. Verstappen and Perez on the podium as we saw. Sainz, Ricardo, Norris, myself, Ocon, Russell and Leclerc in the top 10 points. Stroll, Latifi, Gasly, Schumacher, Zhou, Mazepin, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Tsunoda. Round out the finishers with Bottas not finishing the race today. Now let's take a look at the standings. This gets interesting now. 117 points to our name. We're still far away from Charles Leclerc, which is good to see. 33-point gap between us at this time. Esteban Ocon overtakes Russell with his points today. Russell on 46, Ocon on 47. Let's take a look at the constructors. Then Red Bull overtake Mercedes. 1-point gap between the two leaders and a 67-point gap between McLaren and Red Bull. So McLaren still need to fight for those podiums in order to really catch up to the front runners. We'll see if they're able to do that in the final 3 Grand Prix remaining this season. Alpine are 4 points ahead of Ferrari, so let's see if we can keep this up. P4 would be magical finish to the season. Marvelous result of today's Grand Prix. I think we've done exceptionally well given the circumstances. Car is very slow compared to the front runners, but we were able to become best of the rest, even beating one Ferrari, Charles Leclerc falling behind us. Yeah, I just don't know where to start. I mean, we did well to make a one-stop strategy work, but I lost so much pace towards the end of my medium stint that it kind of canceled each other out. The benefit of having a one-stop strategy and the deficit I received because of worn tires kind of equaled out, like, yeah, leveled out. So I don't know if it was a notable strategy call today, but I think without that strategy call, I think P7 would have been very difficult to get. But yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better Grand Prix. Did best of the rest. That is our bare minimum objective right now, so that is great to see. Bit disappointing that after a P2 finish that we had to settle for some points. Would have preferred a podium, but it is what it is. Well, that is it for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and the Americas tour is over. We're heading to Australia next time, a difficult circuit for us, so hopefully we can do well there. Yeah, we'll see how well we do, so make sure you don't miss out on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for your time today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe using the red button down below, hit the notification bell as well so you're notified as soon as I upload next. More F1 content will be going up on the regular, so please be sure to be subscribed so you don't miss out. Thank you guys so much for your support today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys at the Australian Grand Prix.